Take me home, United Road, to the place I belong, to Old Trafford, to see United. Take me home, United Road. What a game. What an amazing game. Manchester United 7, Athletic Club 1. On aggregate, Manchester United winning 4-1 on the night and winning 3-0 in the first leg. It was a great game. It was a good game to watch, but I believe that obviously a lot of Man United fans who are critical of this team will be disappointed with what happened in the first half. The first half was so lethargic, not just a bit, but it was so lethargic. We struggled, but obviously Man United have made it to the final of the UEFA Europa League, and we face Tottenham Hotspurs in the final in 13 days. So this next couple of days, or this next 13 days, is going to be a very interesting preparation to the final, and we might probably have like 2 or 3 games within that time, and Ruben Amorim is most definitely going to rotate, because obviously the league situation, Premier League situation, is done. So it's going to be interesting how we face the next couple of games. But the most important thing is that Manchester United have made it to the final of the Europa League. And according to Ruben Amorim's comments, which the press were focusing on more specifically, Ruben Amorim was saying that Manchester United might probably be the worst team in a long time, or in history, Australian history of Manchester United, but feeling like Manchester United will be the worst team that will actually end the season with a trophy. What does that tell you? That's some kind of like a sarcastic comment or a shot at other clubs. I'm not naming names, you know yourselves. But it is what it is. I was really excited about the game in total. But if we're going to break it down into halves, the first half started pretty lethargic. It felt like the moment we got to start playing at home, it felt like there was another level of pressure that was heaped on the players. And the players were now playing slightly slower, passes were not sticking, we're having too many loose passes. And it felt like Athletic Club came to Old Trafford for what we call the remontada. That is, to do a miraculous comeback. But it wasn't to be, because obviously, Man United were ready, to defend. The defense was a bit shaky at first. There was a ball that was shot through in the air that Harry Maguire kind of mistimed, and then he came to his path and he played a pass that was supposed to be for Lenny Yoro, but it was actually a bad pass for Lenny Yoro. And then Lenny Yoro, the pass was actually behind Yoro as he was recovering. And then eventually, Jallo took for the first shot and Yoro blocked it. And then I think it was what's the other guy? So the other guy who scored the goal for Bilbao basically took the second shot, and basically it went in. I'm trying to get the name of the guy. It was Michael Waragiza. Waragiza scored that first goal in the 31st minute, and it was pretty much more like a comeback, and it sent shockwaves a little bit to the team, and they started to get scared and worried, and we now went into protect the goal mode, even though it felt like we were scared to make moves. The midfield that was certain, the midfield shorty that we had in Casemiro and Ugarte started shaking. It was a shaky one. Mazraoui got a yellow card, and you could tell that in 25th minute, Mazraoui was already tired. He was already like really gassed. I mean, someone who has played over 50, I think 50. He's the highest he has the highest number of appearances for Man United this season, and that's 52 games, or 53 games, depending. I think he has more appearances than Bruno Fernandes, but he played more minutes and he was already gassed, and he got a yellow card, and for something that he probably wasn't even looking when it happened, and then that was it. But it was a good thing that Man United, had to maintain composure, because after Mazraoui got the yellow card in 25th minute, they scored their goal in the 31st minute, and then out of overzealousness, the same Michael Warigiza got a yellow card for a foul on Bruno, I think. And then obviously after that in the second half, I think it was the same in the second half. It started happening again, pretty much on the same speed, same pace, and all of that. And it was tough, you know. It was getting harder. We were losing control of things. And then next thing, Ruben Amorim in the 60th minute or 62nd minute rolled out the subs. And when he rolled out the subs, there was a bit of pace, there was a bit of energy. I mean, he brought on Luke Shaw and Mason Mount as well as Amad Diallo at the same time, right? And lo and behold, everything just it changed. The speed of the game went up. I mean, let's backtrack to the second half, to the first half. There was a chance where Alejandro Garnacho had the opportunity to score and he missed it. And then he had another glaring chance in that first half where Patrick Dogu gave him a through ball that he also missed. Right? He also missed one-on-one with the goalie. So you could tell it's either, number one, Garnacho was tired, but those are chances he should actually finish. Number two, I think he probably kind of lost a bit of confidence in that game. But at least it is something for us to be happy about that we've gone through to the final. But moving on to the second half, then he made those subs, those changes, and lo and behold, my player that I'll call the man of the match for this game that really sparked that comeback, because there's another comeback. We're one goal down and we're sitting comfortable but still lethargic. But Lenioro again took the game by the scruff of the neck, drove the ball forward, created an assist for Mason Mount to score the goal. He dribbled past a couple of players and drove the ball forward and created an assist for Mason Mount to score the goal. Then they started to make their subs and they started to, their heads were down. I was like, okay, now that they are down, finish the job. Because that was the plan coming into the game. Finishing the job. And now that they're down, finish the job. We got a free kick, and I think it was Bruno Fernandes that won that free kick and then crossed the ball. And right as that was happening, the commentator was saying, oh, if Casemiro gets this ball, it's going to go in the net and stuff. And then obviously, as always, he has scored in the last game against Bilbao and scored in this one. The ball is crossed and Casemiro gets his head on that ball, and lo and behold, it goes in the net. And then that was it. Their confidence was shot. And that was 2-1. And then, before you know it, the guy who brought the spark in the game had the opportunity, after trying a couple of times, he tried it again, had the opportunity to beat a couple of men, and that is Amad Diallo, and squared the ball straight to Rasmus Højlund, who eventually tapped in a goal. He had always been waiting for chances. There were opportunities for Dogu to square the ball for him and all of that. He was crying for those chances, and he got the chance and he scored the goal, which brings him to 6 goals in Europe this season. And then we go to, obviously, the subs for Harry Amas, which I'm always very happy to see Harry Amas come on in the Champions League and still do well. And then we push Luke Shaw to centre back, and then push Lenioro to the right side of centre back, and then Lindelof went to the bench, which would mean that there's a potential that back three will potentially be the back three for probably the final. That will potentially be the back three for the final, depending on the status of Nusra Mazraoui, and obviously Lindelof is everly going to be a backup. So they brought in Harry Amas, brought in Kobe Menu, and they made things happen, controlling the game, even though Athletic Bilbao were trying to press on us. And then, lo and behold, the goalkeeper made a very because I think it was a through ball to someone was chasing the ball that I think was Amas or something. Goalkeeper had the chance, and he tried to clear the ball, and he came straight to Mount, who scored a screamer from the center of the field. And you could see the smile even after the first goal and the second goal. You could see the smile on Amorim's face, because the truth is Amorim must be saying, "Oh, that's my boy." I mean, Mason Mount is Amorim's guy. He's not slowly becoming, he is Amorim's guy, and you can see that he's happy that Mount could actually make an impact. And obviously, kudos to Amorim for trusting Mason Mount to do the job, and he did it and didn't disappoint. Obviously, we're not expecting that Bilbao would come back, but lo and behold, anything can happen in football. And Amorim has always said this, that he doesn't want a situation where we will start, crawling and scrapping for points or scrapping to come back. So he had to ensure, and he says we're not taking anything for granted. Now, which takes us straight to the player ratings. Now, for the player ratings, we're going to start in goal. We're starting in goal, and we start with Andre Onana. Andre Onana gets 7.0 performance from me. Not too many saves to make, but why I'm giving him this rating is because of his command of the box. And the moment we had control of the game, he considered that goal. He could have even easily just brought it, but there was nothing he could have done. He moved, he shuffled properly, stretched his two hands, but that goal was a good goal. So I'll give him a 7.0 performance. Not too many saves. If I were to look at his stats, he played the full 90 minutes and no saves. I said he had a couple of punches, he had high claims, he had 5 recoveries, he had 35 touches. So of his 35 touches, nothing else. So 7.0 for almost keeping a clean sheet, conceding 1 goal and not conceding as many as we did against Lyon. So I give him 7.0. The next one on our list is Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire gets a 7.0 performance for solidity in defense, control, doing what needs to be done to finish the job. He played the full 90 minutes, and then he had 100% ground duels won. He had 75% aerial duels won, obviously, and he had 6 clearances. So Harry Maguire, 7.0 performance. Another person that had a good performance, steady performance, a bit shaky in the first half, just like in the first half in the first leg, is Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof, he gets a 7.0 from me. Played 81 minutes, was subbed off at the 81st minute, right? And then he had 54 touches. He had 5 passes into the final third, 50% accurate long balls, and 50% ground duels won, 100% aerial duels won, 1 of 1. Then the next person is Lenny Yoro. Now I'm going to leave Lenny Yoro's rating till we get to the end. Next on our list is Nusa Mazraoui. Nusa Mazraoui gets a 7.0 performance. No, 6.5 performance. He was okay. He was steady, but he was tired. You could tell he was tired. Was a bit touchy and all of that. But then, he's played so many games this season. But to go by number of games, he's played all 34 games in the Premier League, and he's played 34 of 35 games in the Premier League this season. He's played almost all the cup games and the Champions League games. So I'll give him so he in the FA Cup he's played 3 matches. In the Europa League he's played 13 matches, and then and if you count all of that, that's about 54 matches. So he was so tired, and when Amorim has said he's on the brink of getting injured. So Nusa Mazraoui 7.0. Casemiro 8.5, good performance, got the goal as always, showed leadership. Was a bit slow, and I think it was a bit exposed because I think the midfielders were too far apart in the first half and some parts of the second half. But he had 82% pass accuracy. He got the goal. He has 71 touches in the game, and he was the one who was trying to make things go quick. Others can delay on the ball, Bruno, Ugarte, but he was the one trying to quicken things. When he gets the ball, he just quickens the play and makes things happen. So he gets a 8.5 performance from me. And then the next one is Manuel Ugarte, 7.5. Struggled for the most part of about the first half, but he's only 24 years old. There's a whole lot that he can still achieve. 67% pass accuracy. He was losing balls at some point. He has 47 touches in the game. 5 of 7 ground duels won. 2 of 3 aerial duels won, and all of that. So yeah, Ugarte 7.0 performance. Then we have Patrick Dogu, 7.5 performance, but I could still see that little bit of struggle. But he was our outlet on the pace, on the wings, and that is what Ruben Amorim wants, someone to be our outlet. And the moment the Bilbao players pressed high, Patrick Dogo would, bump forward and then be that outlet to create. He created a couple of chances, created like 3 big chances, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 chances and 1 big chance created. So 3 chances in total. He had 2 shots, 1 was blocked and 1 was saved, I think. And then that was pretty much it. He had 79 touches in the game, was moved from left to right, played the full 90 minutes and all of that. And then the next one on our list is Alejandro Garnacho. Poor game, 6.5. Had 2 chances to score, didn't score, and all of that. So poor game, 6.5. Nothing too much to say about Ale Garnacho. The next one is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is everybody's man of the match. He had 1 assist, and he got 8.5 from me. Good rating. He was a bit lethargic, and I think he was a bit too confident at some point, but was trying to lead from making too many mistakes as well, and all of that. So 8.5. And then Rasmus Højlund worked really hard today, tried to do things, and he was being fouled, and he was the target man. He was our outlet, but he was being fouled too many times. If you check the number of times he was fouled, you see that the number of fouls he received, I think, is I think he was fouled. Yeah, was fouled 3 times in the game. But he gets an 8.0 from me. Good rating, good performance today, and also capped it up with a goal. And then my man of the match, because he was involved in 2 of the goals, Leny Yoro. He gets an 8.5 from me. He got an assist, and then he was the one that created the chance for Ahmad to create the chance for Rasmus to score the goal that he scored. He created the chance for Mason Mount to score, and then he drove the ball from defense to attack to be able to create the chance for Ahmad to create that chance for Rasmus, who scored. Now, that is what Ruben Amorim expects of his defender, to drive the ball forward, to ensure that you make sure it happens, and all of that. So, yeah, Leny Yoro gets an 8.5 and my man of the match. And then if we go to other players who performed really well, we're going with Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw gets a 6.5 performance, did okay, came on, put up as Amorim would class it as a classy performance. 6.5, came in at the 62nd minute. The next person who made an impact, remarkable impact in the game, and is potentially the game's man of the match, is Mason Mount. Mason Mount gets a 9.0 performance from me, and with regards to the game as well, he got 2 goals and he changed the game, literally changed the game. Then the next one who also affected the game so far, and the moment he came on, things changed, started getting into one-on-one situations and one-on-one positions, and which gives Amorim a headache ahead of the final with regards to who he chooses between him and Garnacho, is Ahmad. Ahmad Diallo gets an 8.0 from me. He got an assist in the game. He fought really hard to claw us back into contention for the game, even though we were trying to protect ourselves and then protect the entire game as a whole and our record in the tournament. The next person on our list, Harry Amas. Harry Amas he came in he played only 9 minutes. Came in at the 81st minute, maybe 10 minutes. But it was good for him, and I'll give him a 6.5. It was good for him that he came on. He's only 18, and there's a lot he can do, and I think he's becoming Amorim's guy. And then next person is Kobe Mbenu. He gets 6.5 from me as well. Good performance, not too many touches in the game, and all of that. And then for Ruben Amorim, I'll give him an 8.0. He was calm. He was confident. He believed in his team. Forget about the comments he's been making. The press he's giving the press what they like to hear, and I've said this time and time and again. So 8.0 performance from Ruben Amorim. And then overall from the team, I'll give the team an 8.0 performance overall rating for the team's performance. Even though it was a lethargic first half, but an energetic second half, starting from the 63rd minute. So let me know your thoughts and feelings about the player ratings and all of that. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about, Mason Mount and all. Does he get the opportunity to start, or does he continue to become an impact player till he gets to full fitness? Our next game is against West Ham on Sunday. That's our next game, against West Ham on Sunday. And against West Ham on Sunday. And then the next couple of games we have will include also especially in the Premier League, it will also include a game against Villa in the last. So we have West Ham, and then we face Chelsea next Friday, and then we face Villa on the last day on May 18th, and 2 days later. We face Chelsea on Friday. Then we face Aston Villa on the last day. That is 4 days after the final at the Europa League. Europa League final is happening on 21st. And then Premier League final game against Aston Villa is on Sunday, May 25th. Right? So we face Chelsea. That will be a very interesting game to see on Friday, March 18th. And then face West Ham on Sunday, May 11th. Sorry, Friday, May 18th. May 16th. And then Sunday, May 11th, we face West Ham. So these next 2 games are crucial, but it will depend on what Amorim does ahead of the Bilbao game. Game in Bilbao. And that's the thing. This game now, I don't know. Bilbao fans don't like us anymore, and I had a bone to pick, and Amorim helped me complete that revenge with Bilbao from what happened in 2012, 2013. Sir Alex Ferguson's last season. But it is what it is. We have to keep moving. We have to keep, So onward to the final we go. Take me home, United Road. And I love that Tifo banner that we posted at Old Trafford on the Alex Ferguson stand to give the team a motivation and to scare Athletic Bilbao. So come on, United. Let's go. Onward to West Ham. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much for, all the comments we've been receiving last couple of days. It's been interesting and it's been wonderful seeing those comments. One of these days, we're going to try and read all those comments to react to the videos, amongst other things. So take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you on the next one. So see you in the next video. And it's the 5 things we've learned. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye. And God bless.